Hello everyone, it's Rick. It is Thursday, June 15, 2017. If you need to contact me, my email is rick0327@me.com. Okay, right to the point. CORAM, non-JUDICIAL means before a person. I should have it here, excuse me. Before a person, not a judge. All right, this is a Supreme Court citation here. The proposition that the judgment of a court lacking jurisdiction is void traces back to the English yearbooks and was made settled law by Lord Coke. All right, a lot of literature by Lord Coke. Traditionally, that proposition was embodied in the phrase coram non-judice. Now, when I was doing research on this yesterday, I looked it up, and this was argued a lot in the 1800s. So a lot of people were imprisoned by, they would probably go before these courts of limited jurisdiction, and people would be in prison, and they were rid of habeas corpus or writ of mandamus. And because back then, I would imagine that the lawyers were more honorable back then. And what they would do is they would look for the fastest remedy. Not like today, where if there's A through M way to get to, M is the last, they'll go through everything. Okay, they never look for the fastest remedy. They don't even look for a remedy. They just try and get you to go along with what they want you to do. And whatever they want you to do is very timely and very expensive. And you get screwed in the end. All right? So what it means is coram non-judice means, as I said before a person, not a judge. Meaning, in effect, that the proceeding in question was not a judicial proceeding because lawful judicial authority was not present. Now, what that also means is, here in New York, what they do, they pull a slick little move here, these support magistrates are quasi-judicial. They are non-judicial persons. That's the right phrase to use here. So what I'm doing here is I'm demanding a dismissal for the order on the basis that it's coram non-judice, non-judicial person without jurisdiction. Support magistrates, we'll go through all of them. The commissioners, friend of the court, or whatever the hell they're called. They do not have jurisdiction to hold a judicial proceeding. Okay? A judicial proceeding for any controversies of $20 or more is a trial by a jury. You wouldn't see a non-judicial person holding a proceeding for somebody facing a penalty or being brought in, being accused of a crime, because they have no authority. It's the same standard here. Okay? So they need probable cause. They need evidence before they're supposed to act. All right? So what I'm doing is I'm saying they don't have the jurisdiction because you got to understand something. Some people are like, well, these courts, they're admiralty courts and they're this. No. They may be. But the thing is, we have to bring the courts into our jurisdiction because we have rights guaranteed in the Bill of Rights. And you have to remember that. And I brought this up in my federal lawsuit, and they did everything that they could. Well, first of all, I never saw anybody. They were afraid of me. Everything was done through the mail. Okay? So that tells you something. And they never brought it up. And I'm going to give you some ammunition. If anybody tells you, well, the child support law or the state law or the statute says we don't have to have a trial by jury, well, guess what? That law is invalid. Okay? Because under the 14th Amendment, states are prohibited from making laws that deprive you of your rights guaranteed in the Constitution. That's it. Plain and simple. So that's like the next argument. All right, so this is a fairly new, now this is 1990. Now, I was doing quick little research before I do this video, and I threw it in, all right? What came up here, excuse me. All right, I punched this in right here. All right, Heinlein, this is, and right away, it came right up. Where is it? Right here, between Burnham versus Superior Court 1990. So they're citing that case. And I got news for you. I cited that case before I even found this. So, you know, hooray for me. Which also means it's hooray for you, because I'm on the right track. All right. So we announced that the judgment of a court lacking personal jurisdiction violated due process clause of the 14th Amendment as well. Now, this is a Supreme Court case, guys. And Supreme Court cases never, there is no statute of limitations. You can cite them at any time. You want to have the more recent one, because they recite each other. So let's just say there's a similar case right now. They, John Doe versus Jane Doe, Supreme Court case 2017, but they're going to cite the Burnham versus Superior Court 1990. All right, so it's always alive. So this is what it looks like. Notice, demand to dismiss, quorum non-judice, lack of jurisdiction. Demand to dismiss, quorum non-judice. Okay, they can't argue with this. They're going to be doing some heavy lying to try and defend this, to defend their actions. I skipped over earlier. In New York State, the support magistrate in the Family Court Act 439, which is where they get their jurisdiction, their authority, it says all of their findings must be signed by a judge, or it lacks legal force. But here's the problem. We go back to this case. It's was not a judicial authority. Was not, because the judicial authority was not present. Well, unless there's a judge in the room, even the let's say a judge signs off down the road and the judge wasn't in the room, it's hearsay. It's still void. So we got him no matter which way we want. All right, so let's say you have an upcoming hearing coming up. This is what we file. We're going to file to dismiss the case before it even begins, on the account that the person that is presiding is a non-judicial person. You see what they call a non-judicial person? They're nobody. They're like you and I. They have no power. I mean, we have power. We have the Constitution, but they're pretending to be a judge. And what they're doing is they're ruining our lives. Remember what I told you? I like to threaten these people. So what I put here, where is it? Oh, this is the wrong, this is not the one in the package. So I updated. The one I have in the package is where I threaten them. This is the one I keep on the desktop. But the one that I have in the package says it, where I cite all the case laws. And in the comment section, one of the subscribers, Glenn Bram, a good guy, always puts up good information in the comments section. It's always good guys giving information. Glenn Hinckley, Watch the Rise, Lyack, I don't know what your YouTube page is. He's always giving me good stuff. A lot of good stuff in the comments section. And listen, if it's good, I use it. I'm not an expert here, guys. I just have a lot of experience, and I've been through a lot of this stuff, and I'm good at this. I'm always finding new things. Like I just found this. I found this by accident the other day, by the way. All right, so this is added to the arsenal. All right, so if anybody's interested, all right, again, it's rick0327 at me.com. All right, I had somebody reach out. What, Rick, how to get in contact with you again? Rick0327. All right, guys, enjoy your night.